Good day, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. And yes, I'm wearing my quality EFF Everything for Free hat. The flea-ridden hat. And that's how it arrived. It arrived with its own animal farm in the form of fleas. And having said that, it's got to go. Otherwise, my hair is going to be totally gone. So, why are we talking about the EFF? They are in so much trouble. Oh, they are in so much trouble, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. What from causing chaos in Parliament last week, which is now coming back to bite them, and Afriforum taking on one Commander-in-Chief, Julius Malema, and saying that he should land up behind bars. We have a very interesting week and weeks ahead of us in South Africa regarding Julius Malema and the EFF, who are now threatening Afriforum. Let me put the bits together, okay, because I know I've said a whole lot of stuff. Okay. Let's start off with what happened in Parliament. Parliament will await a comprehensive report from the House Chairperson, Grace Boroto, on the physical intimidation by EFF members of Public Enterprise Minister Pravin Gordhan last week, before pronouncing on the appropriate sanction for the Red Beret MPs. Should they be hauled before Parliament's ethics or disciplinary committees, the range of punishment that the offending EFF members could face includes suspension, docking of pay, and loss of certain privileges during their suspension. I go for docking of pay. Wouldn't it be lovely to see them losing those designer red tunics and wearing just red overalls that you find in prisons? I mean, that would be far more fitting for the honourable. I'm sorry, guys. You know what this means? I've got to bash my head on the table. Honourable. Oh my God. Talk about a misnomer. Anyway, let's continue. Parliament spokesperson Maloto Matapo said although he suspected that the EFF members contravened the powers, privileges and immunities of Parliament and Provincial Legislator Act, National Assembly Speaker Thandi Modise would wait for a detailed report from Boroto, who is presiding over the proceedings. Now, just for the record, and my old subscribers know this, Thandi Modise, there's a common thread here with her and Julius Malema. She's also before the courts for animal cruelty, disgusting animal cruelty on a farm that she somehow acquired. Yeah, she's the Speaker of the House, an ANC heavyweight, and one of those getting black privilege, if you know what I mean. It's called stuff going around in the background. Let's move on. He added that during the fifth administration, when former President Jacob Zuma was interrupted, there was a full disciplinary process that was undertaken because, similar to this incident, it amounted to the violation of the powers, privileges and immunities of Parliament and Provincial Legislators Act. DA Chief Whip John Steenhuisen echoed similar sentiments and called on Parliament's disciplinary committee to investigate the incident. We certainly got up after the incident on a point of order and indicated that the matter be sent to the disciplinary committee of Parliament for investigation on the behaviour of the members. There are rules stipulating how to deal with what is called gross disorderly conduct in the House, and I think what we saw was exactly that, said Steenhuisen. Now, I've already brought out a video covering this, but what I might do is just attach that little segment where you see the EFF members threatening Pravin Gordhan when he's trying to deliver an address to the Parliament. He described the entire debacle as the worst violation of the Parliament's Privilege Act since he became a Member of Parliament. It's the exact antithesis of what we should be doing in Parliament. If Parliament should be an area of debate, not an area where people deal in violence, said Steenhuisen. In a bid to prevent Gordhan from presenting his budget speech on Thursday, members of the EFF labelled the minister a constitutional delinquent and approached him at the podium, a move roundly condemned by all other parties in the House. EFF Deputy President Floyd Shivambu, in his response in Parliament to Gordhan and the Treasury, defended his party members, saying he saluted their courage. They're a bunch of thugs. That's all they are. But Shivambu said it was a courageous deed for them to stand up to Mr. Rogue Unit. When we did the same against the Fifth Parliament, particularly against Jacob Zuma, a lot of people reacted in the same manner in which society is reacting now, and said the EFF was reckless. Zuma was later removed as president because of these actions of the EFF. The party single-handedly forced him out, and when we raised concerns against former finance minister Naleli Nene, the same issues were raised against the EFF. We told him in the room that he would not be finance minister for a very long time, and he fell on his own sword. Gordhan will also fall on his sword, said Shivambu. Now, just for the record, they've gone the whole 180 degrees, and now Malema is openly in Zuma's camp. I mean, they switch sides like this. It's like changing clothes, you know. Bing, bong, bing, ANC. EFF, ding dong, you know, they just don't know where they are, they've got no loyalty, they're just playing games. ANC national spokesperson Pule Mabe described the actions of the EFF as unacceptable and contrary to the culture and ethos of this country. I think it's actually pretty indicative of how this country operates. Look at the violence all over the country, intimidation. You know, that's exactly what is going on in the back streets, in the townships, in the cities, you name it, everywhere. And it basically has its pinnacle when it comes to these awful farm attacks or home invasions that take place. Just absolutely disgusting. This is your ANC. Now, okay, I know we're talking about the EFF, but, you know, they're all pretty much in the same boat. Okay, so that basically covers the parliamentary thing. Let me show you that little clip where the EFF try to intimidate Gordhan. Here it comes.
Honourable House Chair, my Deputy Minister Maswale, Honourable members, the members of the new Portfolio Committee led by its chairperson, Mr. Kaya Makaka.
House Chair.
Why are you rising, Honorable Matthias?
I rise on Rule 78 and 79 in their concurrent application.
Yes. I'm listening.
Madam Chair, as members of Parliament, we took an oath.
Can't sit here.
Honorable members. Honorable members.
Don't instruct me. You don't
Honorable members. Honorable Gordhan, just stand there, please. You can't sit down. There's no chair. Honorable Paulsa. Honorable.
Chair, may I have your attention, please?
You are waiting. Honorable Paulsa, your member is standing on a point of order. Just be quiet. Let me listen to the point of order. You said you are standing on Rule 78.
Madam
Okay,
Chair, may
continue.
I repeat myself? I say I rise here in terms of Rule 78 and 79 in their concurrent application. We as members of Parliament, individually and collectively, were sworn in here and took oath of office. And that called on us as members of Parliament to take a higher level of responsibility
Honorable
and
member, what's
obligation.
your point of order? I don't need a speech. Hey, honorable member, I'm talking to the member who is on the podium.
Can you please be
I'm
patient?
honorable members, I'm not going to allow that.
Madam Chair, allow me to speak. and
No,
make my
no,
point.
we don't speak, we raise points of
I raise a
orders.
point of order.
Yes, do that.
We've got an obligation to protect Chapter 9 institution, particularly the
Honorable
Office of the
member,
Public
that's
Protector.
a point of debate and not a point of
The
order.
minister who stands before us here
Honorable Matthias, I'm
obliged,
not
like
going
all
to
of
listen
us,
to you anymore because
is
that is
obliged,
not
like
a
all of
point
us,
of
to
order.
respect the remedial
Unfortunately,
action
we
of the
don't
public
have
protector.
honorable
And
members
his failure
and
to
guests.
do so rendered himself a constitutional delinquent.
Honorable Matthias,
And we saw no need to listen to a constitutional delinquent. And we
unfortunately,
cannot
honorable
listen
members,
to him. And therefore
Honorable
cannot allow him
members.
to address this house.
I'm not going to listen to you. That's
And
a
therefore we
point
cannot
of
Allow
debate.
him to address.
Honorable
this house.
Matthias, Honorable Matthias, please take your seat.
We
That's
cannot
not a
allow him
point
to
of order.
We cannot allow him to address this house because
Okay, if you
he
don't want
is a
to-
constitutional delinquent.
Can I respond to you? Can I respond to you? Please, honorable members, please be quiet. Honorable Matthias, you must raise a point of order. That thing is not a point of order, it's a point of debate. Whatever you are saying, Honorable Paul, I'm talking to him. So that is not sustained. Continue, Honorable Minister.
Honorable Chair.
Thank you, Chairperson.
Yes.
You cannot rule on a point of order you have not listened out.
No, I listen to you. You are
have not
giving a
yet
speech.
asked my point of order.
I'm not going to listen to your speech. I need a point of order.
Point of order is that before us stand a constitutional delinquent.
No, no, no.
A man-
Honorable
a
Matthias.
man who faces serious
Honorable
consequences.
Matthias, now I'm asking you for the last time. Take your seat. Or leave the house. Or leave the house. Order. Please continue, Honorable Minister.
Honorable House Chair, Cabinet colleagues, Deputy
On a
Minister,
point of order, House
members
Chair.
of the Portfolio Committee,
On a point of order.
San Bonani.
On a point of order.
In a few days'
On a
time,
point of order, House Chair. Please rule.
What is your point of order? Please state the rule on which you want to raise your point of order.
Member Matthias have raised that rule. And you, Chairperson, you are not listening. You did not even allow him to speak and finish. You just ejected and you were just not listening. This man is not going to speak today. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And we are not going to leave the house.
He will
We are
speak.
not leaving the house
He
and
will
he's not
speak.
going to speak today. He's not going to speak.
He's delinquent.
The one who doesn't want to listen. Can I speak? Those who not. Can I please? What's happening with the mic? May I please say this, honorable members, politely so. This member that is in front of us is a member of the National Assembly. And at the same time, he's our Minister of Public Enterprise. If you are not, I'm still talking. If you are not going to listen to the minister, you can go. We are not going we're not going to allow disruptions. That's disruption. Continue, Honorable.
On a point of order, Chairperson. Point of order.
What is your point of order?
Chairperson.
Yes.
The point
Why,
of-
on what
the-
point are
the
you
point
rising?
I'm rising on is the very same point that MP Matthias has raised on. Chairperson, we did not come here on anyone. We have got the responsibility. As
Honorable
members of this
member, that's
parliament.
not the time for
No,
speeches.
Chairperson. No, we did not come here on your call, Chairperson. We came here on the call of
Honorable,
the people.
member.
We cannot listen to you and whilst you are not rational. You
Hon-
must be rational on the matter.
Honorable
we came
member,
here to protect the members
Please,
of the community. No,
please
Chairperson.
take your seat.
No.
You are not going to take your seat.
But Chairperson, we have
Honorable
raised it
member,
on the
take
point-
your seat.
On the point of order, Chairperson.
Take a seat. Let me tell you what the point of order is. The point of order is on Rule 92. Read it.
Chairperson,
Continue, Minister.
but MP Matthias has raised on the rules of this house. He has raised on the
Honorable
on the
member,
rules of this house.
unfortunately I
No,
can't
Chairperson,
name you
it cannot
because
be.
I don't know
It
your
cannot
name.
be. I'm Honorable Komani.
But I'm going to ask you to leave the house.
No, I'm Honorable Komani. I am Honorable Komani.
Honorable member, who are
I'm
you?
Honorable Komani.
Honorable Nkobani, thank you for sitting down. Whoever stands on the same matter will have to leave us in peace. Honorable members of the EFF, may I ask this question? Is that what all of you are saying? That you will not speak? Thank you very much. All honorable members of the EFF, please leave the house. You must call us by names. Don't call us by names.
House Chair. House Chair. What you are doing is unlawful, is unprocedural. We are not a group here. We are individual members of parliament. And if you want to eject us from this house, you are compelled by the rule of this house to name us. And until you do that, you have no authority whatsoever to treat us the way you
Honorable
are
Matthias, you know that you are giving me a task. I will start with you, Honorable Matthias. Honorable Matthias, are you saying the Honorable Minister is not going to speak here? I need the answer. Sergeant at Arms, Sergeant at Arms, Sergeant at Arms. Parliamentary security, please come in. Parliamentary protection services, please come in. Parliamentary security, please come in. Parliamentary security, please come in.
Don't point fingers. No. They must touch me. They must touch me. You out, out.
Roma, man, out.
Honorable members, let me apologize for what has just happened. And I apologize to our guests. I will allow the Honorable Steenhuisen.
Madam House Chair, may I address you in terms of Rule 69 of the Rules of the National Assembly?
Yes.
Madam Speaker, what we've just witnessed here is probably one of the grossest violations of parliamentary privilege I've ever seen. To prevent an elected member of this House from speaking in the House, and then not only doing that by exacerbating it by physically threatening the member, is a gross violation of not only the traditions of Parliament, but the rules of this House. And I'd ask you, House Chairperson, as a House Chair of this House, in terms of Rule 69, to refer all the members here, and I'm sure they'll be able to be identified on the video camera, to the appropriate forum, and that they be charged with gross disorderly conduct in terms of the rules. We can't have a place where this place becomes a battle of who can punch who the hardest or who can outshout the person. We use arguments, not force in this House, and I'll ask it to restore the dignity of this House and try and clean the stain that has been put on the floor of this House today, that appropriate action is taken against those members.
Thank you, Honorable Steenhuisen. Honorable Khadebe.
Chairperson, I totally agree with what Honorable Steenhuisen has just said, that this behavior cannot be tolerated anymore. I think that this is a democracy where the people must express their views, but in a proper way, not the way they've done. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. That will be looked into. Oh, Honorable Singh.
Thank you, Honourable Chair. Chair, I want to also agree with what Honourable Steenhuisen and Honourable Member Dlamini has said. Hatebe has said. On behalf of the IFP, we also feel that this matter should be investigated at the highest level. We cannot allow this kind of disorderly conduct in the House.
Thank you very much. Luckily, we do have the footage, and I will communicate that to the Speaker's office.
Point of order, Chair.
Thank you.
Thank
Who's there? Oh, Honorable
Thank you,
Sheikh
Chair.
Imam.
Thank you, Chair. On behalf of the NFP, I want to also concur with my colleagues. I think what has happened here today is totally unacceptable.
Thank you.
But I think what is more important, Chair, is this, that I want to agree with what the Honourable Steenhuisen says. But I think, you know, every crime, there must be a sanction that fits the crime. And I think that is the problem we have in this House. If we can just address that, I think we'll go a long way in ensuring
Thank you
that we can
very
do
much.
that. Thank you, Chair.
Honorable Swart.
Thank you, House Chair. What actually aggravated the situation even worse today was the threatening attitude towards the Minister.
And moving towards him.
Exactly.
Yes,
where I
thank
felt
you.
constrained to stand next to him, and I think that is absolutely disgraceful, and it's a higher level of threats in this House that must be addressed. So I concur with every speaker.
Thank you very much. Do we have any other party leader here? Thank you for all of you, and we will definitely take this to the relevant fora, and the speakers will be notified of what happened here today, and we will be advised as to how we proceed with the matter. Thank you very much, and I apologize to our guests for witnessing such. This is Parliament, anyway. Thank you. Honorable Minister, this is your time.
Thank you, House Chair. So let me start again. Honorable House Chair, Deputy Minister Maswale, honorable members from all the parties, boards, chairpersons, and members of the state-owned enterprises boards, executives that are running our state-owned enterprises, and fellow South Africans. Firstly, let me thank
Now, this brings us to Afriforum, okay, and Julius Malema, who is in a whole load of trouble, thanks to Afriforum. They've literally got him dangling on a line, and he knows it. That's why he's been very quiet recently. Afrikaner lobby group Afriforum will brief media on Wednesday morning on 3 cases involving economic freedom fighters, or EFF leader Julius Malema. According to the organization official Twitter account, which asks in Afrikaans if Malema is on the road to jail, the 3 cases involve the On Point engineering scandal, where apparently Malema cleaned out the municipality up in Limpopo, an assault charge, and the irregular use of a firearm. They don't even go into the VBS case, which is clearly involving the EFF in a huge way as well. That the VBS being a bank, which went bankrupt as a result of the way it was looted by the EFF. Afriforum announced in April 2018 that Advocate Gerry Nel, who is head of the lobby group's prosecuting unit, would privately prosecute Malema and those who stand accused alongside him for alleged fraud and corruption relating to tenders awarded to the EFF leader's engineering company On Point Engineering in Limpopo. In March, the National Prosecuting Authority, or NPA, said a decision had not yet been made as to whether or not they would be prosecuting Malema over the alleged tender irregularities which date back to 2012. Afriforum said they would privately prosecute if the NPA did yield to their demand that the case be reinstated. The second case involves the alleged assault of a police officer in uniform in April 2018, which the lobby group says was caught on CCTV camera. The third case relates to the irregular use of a firearm, according to the tweet. Now that's where Malema was firing this gun off at a public supporters meeting, and big note to himself. Big mistake. Afriforum laid charges against Malema last year after he was filmed on video shooting what appeared to be an automatic assault rifle with live ammunition at the EFF's 5th birthday celebrations. The party spokesperson, Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, claimed at the time it was a toy gun. Good luck with that one. The lobby group's Natasha Fenter said at the time that the charges laid included firing of a firearm in a built-up or public place without sufficient cause, as well as possession of a firearm and ammunition without the necessary license and authority. So, how has EFF reacted to this? Now, we know that the BLF have kind of just been deregistered and debunked thanks to Freedom Front Plus and their actions against the BLF. Now, guess what the EFF is saying in response to Afriforum? Gadi, who's a spokesperson for the EFF, he's the Secretary General, he has blasted Afriforum and is now threatening a civil war. Yep, the EFF are threatening a civil war. That's enough for them to be disbanded as a party. That is totally unacceptable behavior for a political party. Anyway, Gadi responded to the organization by sending out an agitated tweet threatening civil war. It read, "When a bunch of racist losers with superiority complex decide just to provoke the peace-loving African children, they blow hot air as they care less of tranquility. Land debate makes them run amok. These bunch of white thugs want to trigger a civil race war." There you go. Now, if a white politician had put that message out, this would be on CNN, it would be on BBC, it would be on every single mainstream media around the world with the word racist attached to it. But because it's a black person saying this from a black political party, basically, the EFF is 99% black, it's not even looked at. This is where the fake news comes in once again. And just in closing on this little segment on these bunch of losers at the EFF, and I hope they are disbanded soon because they deserve to be. His sentiments, however, fell on deaf ears, and most Mzansi social media users felt that he was overreacting. Twitter users Firepower66 said, "If he is not guilty, it should be fine. The court will rule in his favor and make Afriforum pay costs. So why are you scared?" Corny Mosh said, "This is not a matter of race or war. We are not a banana republic. We are all equal in terms of the law. Kings, politicians, and ordinary people, we are equal when it comes to the rule of law. Malema or no Malema, the law must take its course. Jails are for all of us." And Nguanjok, I can't even say that name. Sorry. It's one of those brain busters, you know what I mean? Anyway, I'll call him Nguako, because Nguako Malachi also added his opinion, saying, how are they triggering a war? Malema has a case to answer. We should all be equal before the law. Why is Malema getting away with it? If I agree with Afriforum on Malema. It was okay when Malema marched with white people demanding Zuma to be jailed. So there you go. And you know that Malema this year has not had a good time in the court system. I mean, the last one was where he had to pay 500,000 rand for defaming someone. And, he's the hundreds of thousands of rand that the EFF are paying. Whoever their sponsors are must be getting a bit tired of it, I'd suggest. Anyway, guys, please remember to subscribe to be kept informed, ring the bell for the updates, and have a great day.